to today's message. Okay, if you guys have headphones in, make sure you turn down the volume just a little bit. Let me get this open. Okay. Where is Hi everybody. Welcome in. Hi John. Hi Pyra. Hi Love Life. Hi Alexis, Ruby, Jennifer, Universal, Belle, Chris, Dave, Yee. Let's see who else is in here. Henry, Priscilla, and Breezy, and Dave, and Royal. All right, guys. I'm so excited. Let's talk about what's going on. Okay, so the first part that is important to realize is the live stream that I did yesterday. Okay, so if you guys watched the live stream from yesterday, then this message will make sense. Okay, so yesterday we talked about kicking people off of this pedestal that we put them on. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Yesterday we talked about kicking people off of this pedestal that we put them on and what that means in our life currently. Okay, so if you are new here, I'm your bestie on the internet. Duh, I'm all of the things. I am your favorite YouTuber, your bestie, your cosmic advisor, your spiritual cheerleader, your favorite reindeer, your fairy godmother. I'm just your bestie, giving you the advice, guidance, motivation. I'm here to gas you guys up in the most spiritual way. And yeah, let's jump in. Okay, what else was I gonna say? I was gonna say something else. I think that's it. Just get comfortable, grab whatever you be sipping on, smoking on, snacking on. And if you're listening from work, thank you. If you are driving right now, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you guys so much. Okay, you are realizing that people hate to see your growth, but what I'm getting is that it's specific people. Okay, you don't care about the other people that hate to see your growth. You care about the people that you've put up here that hate to see your growth. There is something that's happening where you are seeing this change, you are seeing this mask come off of the people that you really care about, that you feel like you have to overperform for, you feel like you have to overdo things for, and you're just kind of seeing that this isn't going to work anymore. All right, so prepare to drop the mic like never before, because however long you've been loyal to them, you're kind of over it. And in certain ways, they have protected you. In certain ways, they have shown you love, but not the type of love that you guys show them. Okay, they haven't shown you the same, they haven't reciprocated what you've given them. You've gassed them up. You've been loyal. You've been a ride or die. You've been protective of this relationship that isn't even where it should be, even all of these years later. Okay, so some people might be threatened by the relationship that you two have, or the friendship, or the business partnership, okay, or this could be a boss. But I'm getting that for most of you, it's going to be in love, or a friend with benefits, or this is somebody in the workplace. Whoever this person is to, you're just kind of seeing, I could do better. I could do better. Your growth is threatening to this person and that you put on a pedestal. Prepare to drop the mic like never before, because this is a person you never thought you would drop the mic with. And something has happened. Okay, you guys could have been in last week's message where I said this person could have been yelling at you or mad at you, and you might not have said anything but just given them the face. And normally you would respond. Normally you would say, like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And you would give them the 50 excuses. I feel like these messages are all tied together. So I feel like that message with like the kitty in the boots from Shrek, that face, and yesterday's message about kicking them off of their pedestal, though, all if those two were your messages, then this is your message, because I feel like it's the same person. So whoever that person is to you, you kind of saw their mask fall off when they were going off on you or being rude to you. Okay, so last week you gave them the, because you had no F's to give. You're just like, Everybody out here is running amok and doing way worse than me. And I'm getting yelled at for what exactly? Because you're the loyal one. So you're like, I shouldn't even be getting in trouble for something so minute or getting scolded or reprimanded for something so small. Okay, for you guys in the scheme of things, it's small. And you're just kind of like, why did I put this person on a pedestal? I would never get mad if they did the same thing. If the shoe was on the other foot, you wouldn't even care. Okay, let me give you guys an example. This person could be on your case, and I've said this in the last two live streams that have to do with this one, that they could have been on your case for being late or not being punctual. And it's like minutes, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. And it's like the one thing that you do wrong. If this person was 10 minutes, 12 minutes late, you would know it's because they're busy, but they don't see you the same way. And this is really starting to bother you. So this mask is falling off. Okay, I'm thinking of like the first example that comes to the top of my head that is tied to all three downloads. You guys are just kind of like, if they were 10 minutes late, if they were 12 minutes late, I would know they're running multiple businesses, they're busy, da 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 da. But how come they don't see you that way? This is what you're realizing right now. You're like, I'm a mother, I'm a father, I do this for my household, I am. You had all these excuses that you could have given them when they were treating you however, and you didn't even give that to them because you're like, I'm just gonna give you this. I'm just gonna give you that. That's what I'm serving right now because ew, what? What? You are seeing that this person has been giving you the bare minimum. You guys have been seeing the shorts that I've been posting about the bare minimum, like ew, the bare minimum. You're realizing that this is what this person has been giving you. So this person was definitely supposed to be in your life for a reason and a season. I'm not saying that, oh, bestie, you should have gotten rid of them at the first sign. No, you needed them. They were a part of your path. Okay, whoever this person was, they were a part of your path. And now you're just seeing that you've outgrown them. You know deep, deep down that you could have been outgrowing them for a while, but maybe they were still protecting you or still somewhat doing right by you. I don't know. Something kind of gave you the ick recently, and you're seeing this mask come off like, oh, you really are kind of a jerk. Imagine that. Everybody else has been saying that, but I felt protected by you, or I felt like we were buds, or I felt like we were friends, or I thought that I was different. But how come they're not seeing you as the business owner or on your come ups? Guess what, bestie? They are. They're kind of threatened by that. How come they weren't giving you all of this recognition from Jump Street? That could be something that's also bothering you. You're seeing all the villains in your life get the recognition in the workplace or in your family or in this friend group that you should be getting and that you've never gotten, really. And so you've always had to just kind of do your own thing on the side and get your own recognition, get your own thing going. And now as they're like, doing all this, you're just like, I got things up and running, my dude. I got things up and running. Riddle me, whoever you are, whoever it is that you guys are dealing with. You guys have it in your mind. Your mind is made up that you're cutting them off. Drop your scissors down below. Okay, you guys have it made up in your mind that you're cutting them off. Now, if they are supposed to be in your life, things will get changed. Things will change. You won't even have to say anything to them, really. You'll just be behind the scenes getting your bags packed and getting your plan B, C, D, E, F, G ready, right? So this is how you're going to kind of know which people, because I feel like there's a couple people in your life that are getting put on this chopping block, this imaginary chopping block. So the people that are supposed to still be in your life, the chopping block that you've put them on will be removed because you won't have to relocate. Does that make sense? Like you won't have to relocate. Things will just start falling into place after a whole bunch of chaos and upheavals and towers. Now, for the other people where you're like, okay, we've been on this hamster wheel a really long time and they're still treating me the same and they're still being rude and they're still discrediting my feelings and discounting my feelings. You got this imaginary like, oh, this is happening. Okay, you are number 3 on the chopping block. Don't think I forgot about you. I did not forget. I did not forget. You guys are the type of person that have been over generous with this person, getting them birthday gifts, anniversary gifts, Christmas gifts, gift cards, coffees, whatever you've been gifting them. And what have they given you? The bare minimum. Yeah, they've given you a little bit, but they've given you the bare minimum. So you're kind of like, You must not know about me. You must not know about me. I wrote a whole ass song about this person. Yes, breadcrumbs. You're just like, why did I put this person on a pedestal for so long? What is wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. Give yourself some grace. This person was supposed to be a part of your life. All of the people that are on the chopping block were supposed to be a part of your life, even if it was for a season. But the people that get to stay, you're going to start to see this wheel turning of things being moved around and rectified so you don't have to follow through. Does that make sense? Like right before it drops, before the microphone drops, before the hammer drops, before everything hits the floor, things are going to start functioning in the right direction. And it'll be confirmation after confirmation after confirmation. For the person that is supposed to be on the chopping block, you will hear crickets. That is how you know that is the right person to cut off. Does that make sense? Like, you're not gonna get any confirmation. You're not gonna get any good news. You're not gonna get anything moving in the right direction. You're gonna see it actually going this way. Like, oh, they're still recognizing other people. They're still discounting my feelings. They're still giving me. So you're gonna see it going this way instead of this way. That's how you know that you're doing the right thing and following your discernment. Okay? So you are officially dropping them, but you're thinking about it in your mind, and the mask is dropped. You're done pumping them up. Okay. So behind the scenes and to other people, you are one of their biggest supporters. You are one of their biggest cheerleaders. You're like, oh my gosh, woo woo, yeah, yeah. Like, I love them so much. You don't know. And the people could be like, oh no, they're a jerk. I don't even like them. And you're like, no, 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 like, you don't know them. They're amazing. You're just going through this trip down memory lane. Okay. You're going down this trip down memory lane and you're kind of like, I cannot believe I've just you've been on this campaign that like they're the good guy. Duh, no, they're the good guy. And people are like, they're kind of a you know what. Okay? So what you're going to be realizing is I'm going to give myself some grace. It's okay. I'm still learning. Okay? You guys that resonate with my channel, we're all late bloomers. We didn't peak and become hot when we were like yay tall, okay? We became awesome when we got older. Okay? Now we're hot. Now they're all on us. These people are threatened by your growth. Okay? You want to know why? You're like, how? If they don't really know what's going on in my life. You're like, Brittany, how do they know what's going on? If they don't ask me, they don't really know. They don't ask questions like they should. They know because of the way that you're responding. Say they've been asking you to be on time, right? Say it's been months and years. You're like, oh, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it. And now you're kind of like, it is what it is. I'll try. But if I don't, I don't. And if I do, I do. Your response tells them, fuck around and find out. I don't really care. Like, you do care. But you care more about where this relationship is going. Okay? You care more about where this relationship is going versus like what they're asking you about or what their expectations are of you. You're really tired of the expectation for you being up here, and you used to take it as a compliment. Okay, you used to take it as like, oh, they just have better expectations for me because I'm their favorite. They just have better expectations for me because I'm the pet. I'm protected. I'm da 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 da. And now you're like, no, you need to hold up a little bit. I don't need to be doing all of this. I got a lot of other things going on. Give me some grace. Like I've been giving you a whole lot of grace. And you're just done pumping them up. You see the red flags clearly. So in last week's message, you were kind of stunned by them being so mad. You gave them your sad face. You thought about it. You're like, I'm going to do better. I'm going to fix it. It could have really messed up your week, this person treating you this way. And you just felt like you really let them down. You really disappointed them. Well, fast forward to all the towers and upheavals that you've been dealing with because you've been attacked like no other, okay? When I'm talking about attacks on my channel, I am talking about spiritual warfare. I am talking about the spirit of jealousy, the spirit of envy, those sending witchcraft, voodoo, black magic, those sending demonic attacks against you. Okay, so when I say that word, that is what I'm talking about. You guys are going through that because you're elevating. You're getting ready to turn the car around. You're changing your circumstances. And every time we really go to change our circumstances and level up, the devil comes to play. Okay? The devil comes to play, and the devil knows your price. The devil knows that, oh well, if I do this and this and that, and I send this and this and that, I can. So you got it. You're getting it from all ends. So this is what happened. So what happened was, you went through that issue with them, and they were disappointed, and you're like, oh my gosh, like it was just the start of a really bad week or last 7 days. And then you guys have been crying, and you guys have been going through it. Okay, that's why last night's live stream was Wipe Your Tears. And we were talking about knocking them off of this pedestal that we put them on because we're not accepting the gaslighting and whatever. So what happened was that, damn it, I forgot what I was going to say. Wait, hold on. How did I just forget? Oh, okay, so what had happened is you guys felt bad, right? You're like, oh my gosh, you disappointed them. And then you froze. You were like, I don't even know what to say, because you're kind of just like through with it in your head. Okay, your subconscious is kind of like, hey girl, hey boy, we've been done. Don't say nothing, just give them the face. Give them the face. Remember that live stream? You remember? Then you had a hell of a week. I mean a hell of a week, because you're probably chosen. Capiche? You guys have been going through it. I mean, up, down, all around, getting attacked in the ethers, in the dream state, in the 3D, and you've reached your boiling point. So now back to riddle me this person. You're like, why do I don't, you've outgrown it. You're like, I just went through hell. Where were you at? Nowhere to be found. Even if you explained it to them, they would still have these expectations of you. So you're kind of like, I'm good. You are planning your exit strategy with this person. This could be a boss. You're like, I'm going to resign. So you're going to get all your ducks in a row to resign. This could be somebody that you are in business with. You're like, I'm getting all of my ducks in a row, all of my paperwork in a row to resign. This could be somebody you've been dating. You're like, I'm getting all of my stuff out of their house bit by bit, because I'm done. Whatever you're done with, you're going to start moving the pieces around, because if it's not going this way, it's going that way, you know that they have to stay on the chopping block. Because in order for you to ascend, in order for you to elevate, you can't have these people around you. Do you know what I mean? You know how they always say you are like the 5 people that you're always around? Well, this is one of the people that you might not always be around, but you're always gassing them up. They're always on your mind. You're always thinking about them, thinking good about them, and it's not always the same about you if they even answer the phone. So it's definitely not reciprocated. So you're going down memory lane on how you've been treated, how you've been there for them, and the pedestal that you put them on. So what you're doing is you're pausing. You are relaxing. You are going to be playing hooky. You are going to be putting your phone on do not disturb, because you are figuring out who is staying on the chopping block and who is, whatever, what have you. This also could be somebody that you normally Netflix and chill with that is not giving you any commitment. And you're just like, you're not just going to keep getting to sleep with me and I'm just going to gobble up your whatever. It's just, I'm not here to be your cheerleader, be your healer, your activator. These people love the energy that you give, but they don't ever admit the energy that you give. They don't ever tell you that, like, you're doing amazing. They don't ever tell you that you look amazing. And they can tell your growth because of the way that you look has changed. You have glowed up. You have leveled up. And they're not saying much about it. On top of that, you guys are reacting differently. You're not so like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I mean, my kids were screaming this morning and then my dog ate my homework, and you're just like not responding because this relationship is flatlining. And you will know which ones it is, because the relationships that aren't flatlining as of yet, that's not going to go down like that. You guys could have a bunch of people in your head that are on the chopping block. In your mind, you're like, well, we'll see what they're going to do. People are either going to be taking the actions forward, or you're not going to hear anything. And that's how you know, okay, my bags are going to stay packed for person number 3. My bags are going to stay packed for person number 2. And for person number 1, we're actually moving forward. You're going to keep getting confirmations that they're trying, that they're doing things behind the scenes to make your situation better, to make this situation better. You're done delaying your responses. Okay, so with this person that needs to stay on the chopping block, this has been a karmic lesson. Okay, a very karmic lesson of you always feeling canceled by them in some way, shape, or form because of other people that they were dating, other people that they would commit to, bad people, villains that they would put on a pedestal. And you're like, that should have told you, you know what? And I think this is how your thought process is right now. I should have known that when they put this person on a pedestal and this person on a pedestal, that I should have been out. So this could have happened 6 months ago. 6 months ago, you could have been like, why are they promoting them? Why are they dating them? Why are they getting engaged to that? Wait, what? Just feeling abandoned by them all the time. They're very creative. I don't know if they realize it or not, but they're very creative with the way they leave you feeling dusted, busted on the side of the road. But when you are in front of others, you keep up the appearances of, they would never do that to me. Even though they forget your birthday, even though they don't know your kids' names, even though they don't know things about you that they should all of these years later or all of these months later. But I feel like for most of you guys, it's years, you know? Thank you, Christine. It's just like these people are being dismissed because you're thinking about, you're going back in the way back machine of all the times that you have been dismissed by them. They've been very creative with doing that, committing to other people, forgetting important things that are, important to you. Not always being there for you, not always answering the phone. Well, now they are being dismissed. And for those of you where it is a job, you are realizing, well, okay, I can't just quit overnight, but you're going to start getting it ready. You're going to start getting those ducks in a row. You refuse to be canceled by this person. They might be even seeing the writing on the wall because you didn't respond to their last little lash out. You didn't respond to their last fit of rage. You did not respond like they thought that you didn't respond like you normally would. So apologetic and I'm sorry. Like, no. If you gave them anything, you gave them the face. And that's it. So, sorry, I keep saying so. You're going off the radar, okay? You guys are going off the radar right now because you don't feel like this love is requited. I can never say that word right. You don't feel like this love is being reciprocated. So because you guys don't feel like this love is being reciprocated, you're kind of like, I don't even want them to know what I'm doing. Because I don't feel, you feel like your approval rating, like if you had an approval rating with this person, you feel like it just always goes down or it's like all over the place. Okay. It's never like the same. It's always changing and you don't like that. But when other people come up to you, you're like, oh yeah, we're good. Everything's good with us. They love me so much. And you don't care if it's delusional. You do it to protect yourself, especially if this is your job. So say like you're normally the boss's favorite and the boss has been reprimanding you in private and treating you some type of way. You're not never going to let other people know that. Not never. Okay? Not if you can help it. Because you really care about saving face and looking like it's approved. Because it could really be important for you to have this person's backing in a chaotic work environment. I'm also getting that this person in other ways has set you up to fail by putting other people on a pedestal. Okay, they've set you up to fail and then they kind of think it's a joke. oh yeah, I was thinking about doing this with that person. And you're just like, oh my gosh, they're like the worst human ever. Why would they do that? Why wouldn't they ask me to take that position? Why, like, this has always been you guys. You're like, why wouldn't they ask me? They like ask everybody but you. Okay, they literally ask everybody but you, and it's annoying. So you're kind of done with their jokes. You're kind of done with their sense of humor. You're ready for this new beginning where your cup is filled all the time by people that are moving the wheels forward and not moving the wheels backwards. So this is a very important karmic lesson that you guys have learned to level up. Okay? It's very competitive in this environment. You're like, I'm tired of being around people like this. I'm tired of it. Okay? Hold on, guys. I stopped when I started getting signs. I don't know if this person's necessarily on social media, but sorry, guys. I've been like going all day and my hair is bothering me. But I was like, nah, I'm gonna go live anyways. I'm probably gonna put on a hat. Hold on. Okay. And take a sip of Red Bull. When you're making content and you're on social media, you could have like everything together because you're everything. You are production, you are sound, you are the content creator, you are everything. Okay, you're design, you are the editor, you are the person that markets and advertises for yourself. But when you're doing something and then you're like your hair is a mess because you've been out running errands, setting up, getting everything ready, grocery shopping, handling the children, you're just like, you don't want to get distracted. Okay, I'm super ADHD and I will get super distracted if my hair is like doing I don't even know what. I don't even know what because I've been out in the sun. My brain is like sizzled for sure. Okay, so you guys are going off of the radar because this is all you've been dealing with. And you're kind of like, I don't want to continue to be like the people that I'm dealing with. You're seeing like the drama that it brings into your life, dealing with these people over and over and over again. And you're seeing like, if they like picking them over me, they can have them. You're going to show everyone your growth by leaving. Because everyone thinks this is a relationship that you've put so high on a pedestal that you would never leave, but you're in fact going to leave. Bestie, they don't know that you got your bags packed. You're doing it on the down low. Nobody has to know. Okay, so keep it on the down low, but for real. So right now you guys are going to be leading this secret double life. Okay, and people are going to be like, oh my gosh, what are they doing? I never know what they're not going to know what you're doing. You are not going to tell anyone. You're going to put in your RTOs like you normally would. You're going to get them a birthday gift like you normally would. And then you're going to biz ounce up out of here. Okay, bibbity bobbity, gone. For this level up. Level up. Level up. Okay, affirm it below. Level up. People are going to be like, oh my gosh, they're leaving. Are they having an identity crisis? Like, what's going on with them? I don't understand. Oh, I scratched my hand. What is going on with them? You're done being in this this competitive environment. You don't need it because you are constantly being set up to fail. You are fighting battles with these people all the time. Now, for some of you guys, this could be with a lover, or you're just making a really important decision. And you're realizing that you've already been living this double life, so you might as well like follow through with the rest. So you guys are going off the radar. You're going radio silent. You're not saying much. You guys could be in group chats with these people, with these friends, with these coworkers, whoever they are, or this lover, and they're messaging you and you're just kind of like not saying anything. Well, how does it feel? Because if they do that to you all the time, how does it feel? They know that you guys can sometimes be easily distracted, so you're gonna kind of show them over and over again, like, no, I meant to ignore you the first time, because they're draining your energy, and they have you out here acting like a ratchet human being when you're mad. Say they're treating you like crap. You go home and you're like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe. Sorry, there's a gnat. You're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that they treated me like this and da 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 da. And you're going ham at home, losing your mind, and they like can't even be bothered, and they're not even breaking a sweat, or they're not even upset. And I'm telling you guys right now, they know that you are a direct threat. They hate to see it, because you're showing them all those times you discredited me, all those times you counted me out. I'll be my own hero. I'm thinking that song, A Hero to Save Us. I'm not going to stand here and wait. You are not going to stand here and wait. Those lyrics just popped into my mind. You are the hero. You're not standing and waiting anymore. How long have they had you standing and waiting? You've glowed up. Your clothes have changed. Your demeanor has changed. Your hair has changed. You've improved a lot of things. And then there's one thing or two things that they're nitpicking that are irrelevant. And it's taking you back to old relationships where you never felt good enough, where this person like made you feel like you weren't good enough to commit to, or you weren't good enough to marry, and they're going to regret that. They're going to regret that. Mask off. They're going to regret stringing you along. They're going to regret trying to humble you. That's another thing. If this is a lover, especially a friends with benefit, somebody that you've been Netflixing and chilling with, your sneaky link, whoever it is, your booty call, your crush, they're always trying to humble you because they feel like you're successful. You don't really need them, but they're not going to tell you like, oh my gosh, you're doing so good. They're not going to tell you any of that. And it's annoying that they're not going to tell you any of that. So you're kind of just like, why aren't they telling me that I did a good job? Or like I would tell them. They are stringing you along while trying to humble you because they feel like you're getting all of this public attention. They feel like you're getting a lot of attention. Like you have a lot of admirers. You have a lot of people crushing on you. And you're always keeping it humble. That's the other thing. You're not being like, oh my gosh, today I did this, woo, woo, woo. They want you to act like that, though. They're trying to drag that out of you. They want to justify humbling you. Ew. You guys are going to leave people shook. Absolutely shook. Affirm it below. Everything is working out for you. Best case scenario. Look, there's a little kitten. You are no longer dealing with being strung along. You are no longer dealing with being tangled in that ball of yarn. You're like, I'm the cute kitty, always going to be, and it's your time to be the hero in your storyline. You're not letting anybody humble you, knock you down a peg or five. You've been getting humbled by the attacks that you deal with. You've been getting humbled by devil energy. Okay, because the devil is trying to get you to abandon God. The devil is trying to get you to abandon your purpose, abandon your post, abandon your children, your family, your marriage, your household. Okay? And there are so many people trying to pop off against you. This person's supposed to be in your inner circle. Like you've had it up to here. You're done. You are done. They want to do the bait and switch. There's a lot of people that want to harvest your energy, but then want to humble you. Harvest your energy and then humble you. There's people also trying to replicate you, trying to get you to pop off, be temperamental, get you to come up out of your seat, up off of your throne. Affirm it below. I have 3 thrones. 3. 3 thrones, 3 crowns. If you missed last night's live stream, then you definitely need to watch that because that's like the prelude. Is it prelude? It's like part 1, okay? We have justice. The scales are getting balanced. That's part of the reason why you're going to be supported in cutting off who you need to cut off, okay? While you guys have been going through these attacks, while you guys have been going through this depression, this sadness, you've been crying a lot, this eclipse has really torn you up, you are starting to see, like, okay, God does have my back. The universe does have my back. I do have divine favor all over my life. I do have a purpose. And so you're going to be kind of switching gears on how you deliver your purpose. Something that makes sense for you, something that makes you happy, and it's not going to include a lot of people. That's what you're realizing. You're like, you know what? This happiness that I'm trying to achieve, it's not going to include some of these people. Your job code, okay? The industry that you were chosen for, your job code is changing. So pop your bestie, your job code is changing. You're realizing, oh, this kind of makes me happy still, but I want to evolve. I want to do it differently. You're also realizing the influence that you guys have on people. So you're going to be evolving in the way of being really careful what you say to people, because what you say, bestie, it really sticks with people. It really sticks with them. And so, yeah, you want to be their cheerleader. You want to be their supporter, their motivational speaker, whatever you guys are doing in your purpose as you walk on your path, but you don't want to mislead anyone. So remember, when you're watching my messages, my motivational messages, always make sure that you pray that it is your message. Devil energy doesn't want you praying against the attacks that you're dealing with. Devil energy doesn't want you putting any of these people that don't love you on the chopping block. Devil energy wants you to feel abandoned by God. And you have, whoever I'm speaking to, you have been feeling like you're going through it this week. Like you've been going through it this month. Because you feel like there's so many things changing at once. It's been very overwhelming. So there's been a lot of change that was necessary. And there's been these attacks, this witchcraft, this warfare that has been humbling you. And you have been sure to be really private about what you're dealing with, because if you guys are on social media, then your ops, those that are sending all of this your way, are watching. And that's one of the biggest things my channel is about, is that ish is real, okay? And I don't say it to empower it. I say it because it's real. Your words are powerful. Your prayer is powerful. Do not get it fucked up. Do not get it twisted. Because there's a lot of people that would really like you to think that you're all alone in this world. And that's not the case. My opinion is, there's all types of things where everyone thinks you have to do it a certain way. People think that you have to do New Age a certain way, astrology a certain way, religion a certain way, be woo-woo a certain way. Everyone thinks that you have to do it. No, you don't. You don't. And I really don't like that. I really don't. So for me, I believe in God specifically. I don't say that to offend anybody. And a lot of people will pop on here, put those cards down, do this, do that, do this. I'm doing what God prompts me to do. If you have a problem with that, why are you trolling my shit? And then trolling it for months. Do you think that you're doing good? I don't answer to you. I answer to God. I'm going to say that again. I don't answer to you. I answer to God. That's who I fear. I don't fear the troll in the back. I don't fear haters 18 through freaking 24. I don't fear them. I fear God only, and how I evolve on my path and help others. And I try to be as transparent about that as I can. I don't have it all figured out. I'm taking it one day at a time, but no one's going to tell me that that I'm a witch, or that I'm, a Jezebel, or I know why people are watching you. No. I'm just here to be your motivational speaker. I don't even consider myself a tarot reader or an oracle reader. I just am giving messages, and I feel creative doing that. Now, if that changes, you guys will be the first to know. But there are too many people in these streets, whether it's social media or whatever, trying to humble you. There are always people trying to humble me. I don't answer to them. Okay? There are people that are religious, like, oh, you can't do it that way. You shouldn't do it this way. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. I don't answer to you. I don't. I do listen to constructive criticism, but I do not listen to whatever. Okay? You guys are getting ready to bounce. You guys got people rolling around screaming. They don't even know what to say because you are getting very blunt and your tolerance is very low for the BS and the people that want to bother you. So I have, you guys are going radio silent, and this person will find out the hard way how much of this energy that you guys give this energy. So like even like the Bible thumpers or the people that are, hating on Christians or whatever, all the people, whatever, are on here trying to tell me how to do things. They're still here for the same thing, my energy. Why are they trolling for 3 months? Why are they trolling for 6? Okay. I click on a message. Okay. I click on a message and I see they started their account 2 months ago and there's 2 months worth of videos that they're like, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't listen to her. Don't listen to her. Everyone has free will. And I will never get this. I'll never be the person that's like, oh my gosh, you guys have to do this. You have to. Ew. Ew. And a lot of you guys left religion because of that. But guess what? It's in the spiritual community too. Riddle me what? It's in the spiritual community too. So I don't even say that I'm new age. I don't say that I'm anything. I believe in God. The end. The end. Okay? I don't consider myself any of the above. And I've been all of the above. I'm going to say that again. I've been all of the above. I grew up Southern Baptist. I grew up LDS. I grew up both. Both. And I kind of just don't care. Maybe old me would be like, oh my gosh, I can't do that. I can't say that. That person got mad at me. Middle fingers go up and they stay there. We stay prayed up and strapped in every sense of the word. I take things, okay, that make sense to me. Okay, that common sense factor. I take things that make sense to me, but I don't worship them. I take things that make sense to me and I try to help in any way I can to motivate, whether that's creatively, to be, some comedic relief, to be your chicken noodle soup for the soul. But I do not say, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this. I don't have a label. I don't have a label over here. It's just cosmic. It's just cosmic. That's it. So you guys are bossing up and people are a little bit shook because your glow up says divine feminine, but your words, your prayer, your affirmations, and the way that you're being more assertive and blunt says, I'm a divine masculine too, baby. I'm a gangster too. So I have, let's see, your energy, right? These people are here for your energy and they never admit that. That's a big problem. Your energy is here and it's serving and it's giving all the time, but people are never like, oh my gosh, their energy is this, the people that you're getting ready to cut off. I got a lot of haters that watch me that are here for my energy and they want to undermine me and do all of this. And it's like, I do what makes sense to me and I just make sure that I don't worship it. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to worship another person, and that's why we're kind of knocking these people off their pedestals. I don't want to worship a concept completely. I just want to be a good person in life. Do you know what I mean? And so a lot of people are waking up to who they are. Like Andrew said, this great awakening. A lot of people have been waking up, and it's been happening for the last 4 years, especially. Okay? A lot of people are getting ready to bounce. They're leaving situations. They're seeing things with their eyes open. Getting back to reality. You are seeing clearly what is flatlining in your life and what just doesn't belong anymore. You are paying attention. You're seeing where conversations are going dead, relationships are going dead, and they just don't have any life in them. You're not about to resuscitate them neither. You are realizing that you are never going to get the recognition that you deserve from these people, and that they're always going to keep giving you the bare minimum. So again, if it's not going forward, it's going backwards. You guys have a lot of abundance coming in because you're going to stay on the right side of God. You're going to stay on the right side of the divine, the creator, whoever it is that you pray to. All beliefs are welcome here. So everyone keep it a buck and keep it 100 and be kind to one another. Okay, for their belief system. You're done with people breadcrumbing you and acting really suspicious about the love that they should be showing you. You're just realizing these people are for the streets. They're not mine. I'm not claiming them anymore. You are not claiming some of these people anymore as your favorite boss, your favorite friend, your favorite crush, your favorite sneaky link. You're not claiming them like that anymore. You used to like them a great deal. And you weren't trying to become obsessed, but you were obsessed with like a title that it could have had or the idea of them. You guys were maybe stuck on the idea of what they could be and realizing, okay, well, that's never going to happen. I'm here 5 years later. That's never going to happen. I'm here 2 years later, however many years it's been. You're done filtering yourself and who you are, not feeling like you're good enough around said person. You felt like you had to filter what you would say, or it would seem like you were suspicious. Like this person had you on eggshells in a certain way. I also have the Emperor, the Empress, and the Lovers and Justice. You guys are going to be meeting your soulmates this year. A lot of you are going to be meeting your soulmates this year. Because you're not even looking. All you're looking for is to make your relationship with the divine better. You're like, I just want to make that relationship better. And a lot of that is because the attacks that you've been dealing with in private. What you have been doing in private will be rewarded publicly. Like I told you guys last night. You don't have to go out and say, this is what I'm doing, guys. I'm letting go of self-sabotage. I read a self-improvement book. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Like, I'm doing these things. You don't even have to say that. You don't have to announce it to anybody. All the work, all the fight, all the demonic attacks that you fight behind the scenes, they are going to be rewarded with the people that you don't have to put on the chopping block. With the bags that you don't have to pack. Even blessed with the bags that you do have to pack. Because those people aren't destined to be in your life for time and all eternity. You guys could be playing hooky from work. Again, you guys are going off the grid. You're kind of just disappearing because you're trying to get like a better perspective on what is going on. But people do come towards you because of your wordplay. So you guys could be a lot like me. You play with words. You straight spit bars. You guys could rap, sing, write poetry. You guys could be a comedian. You guys could be a producer. You guys could be an influencer, content creator. Whatever it is, you guys have that riz. You are good with charm. You're good with wordplay. And you're about to end the discussion for a lot of people that have been clowning on you, doubting you, trying to humble you. You nailed it the first time. You were right. You knew they were kind of a jerk, but you're like, you know what? They're kind of nice to me, so I'll let that go. And we could have trauma bonded with some of these people, but we're letting that go now. So drop your bullseye down below, because this is the end of the discussion with whoever these people are. You are dropping the mics. Your point will be proven. You nailed it the first time. And then we have you will win in the end. You don't have to prove anything else to them. That's the thing. These people are always making you feel like you had to prove something to them. And it had you really in your feelings. It had you really in your head. You're like, I'm just never going to be enough. They just picked another person over me. Oh, they just picked another person over me. They could have joked a lot with you, and even though they would joke a lot with you or hug on you, you just always felt dismissed in some way or undervalued by them. You are going to go down memory lane and realize, like, I've done a lot for them. Yeah, they're always cutting up and acting out and being mischievous, and they're always playing the things off that you're talking about that are serious. And in a lot of ways, they set you up to fail, and you are not going to be canceled. You are getting things up out of the mud. Whatever type of attacks, witchcraft, voodoo, spiritual warfare that you guys dealt with recently, it really changed you. Okay, so yesterday when I said wipe your tears, I meant that. You deserve that good cry because you've been going through a lot. You're not going through that because you're some nobody. Okay, I'm going to say that again. You're not going through that because you're some nobody. You have a big purpose. And you guys are deciding how that's going to be a part of your path, how you're going to use that to help others that also believe in the same things that you do. Yeah, that's exactly what they be saying, Andrew. I'm like, I can't. I can't. You guys, in some way, shape, or form, are getting back to reality. You're just kind of like, this is what I need to do for me. Okay, this is what I need to do for me. Whatever pity party you guys have been having, you're over it. Okay, whatever pity party you've been having, you are over it. You know that you deserve a windfall. You know that there is a nest egg. Your spiritual inheritance is coming in because God did not abandon you and you did not abandon God. Devil energy wants you to believe that your prayers don't work. When you are rebuking, canceling, and denouncing. So you guys are no longer going with how everyone else does things. Okay, if everyone's like, oh, I don't pray, I do this. You're like, well, I do, and it works for me. Whatever you guys do that works for you and your belief system, you got to do that. You guys will evolve as you need to. You know what I mean? You will learn as you need to. So you guys are going through a digital detox. Just because somebody you look up to says something doesn't mean that you have to listen to every word. You don't have to hang on to every word. There could be spiritual advisors, people that you really like listening to, that where you're like, okay, I don't agree with that. And you don't have to follow every word they say. Follow your intuition, your discernment. You guys are extremely intuitive. I'm also getting that you guys are destined to be popular on social media, whether that is for music or preaching or just helping people. You guys are destined to be important or have a social media influence. And right now you could be de-influencing what you listen to. There are a lot of things like, say this, let me just give you guys an example. Say you guys believe in God, right? No matter what your belief system is, if you do believe in God, you most likely don't want to put other things above God. You know what I mean? Like, I love God, but I'm not putting like astrology before God. I'm not putting my cards before God. I'm not putting anything before that. Do you know what I mean? So that's what you guys are going to be figuring out. Follow what works for you, and everything will come. Don't be so hard on yourself, but know this. You can pray. I'm very, very, like, prayer is important to me because it does work. And just because your prayer took a day does not mean it was not heard. A day is a lot faster than a year. Do you know what I mean? And whatever you guys have been canceling, rebuking, denouncing, you're doing it well. You're doing it right. But because so many things were hitting you at once, don't be fooled that those things were not attacks. Okay? Don't be fooled that there aren't people watching you. And I don't say that to fearmonger in any way. I'm saying that that's because it's what it is, especially if you're chosen. I specifically, I'm still learning my path and how to help, but I feel like every influencer has a different way of communicating. I feel like everyone that is chosen has a different way of communicating to the collective and helping the collective. Okay? And I don't know if there's like a written law about it, but I intuitively feel, and you guys could disagree, that they need to be in every type of category. Okay, I feel like there needs to be chosen in certain communities or certain religions, or they need to be everywhere. They all need to communicate differently. They all have a different way of helping. There's a lot of people, you guys, they're threatened by the way that you're growing. They're threatened by this. Because if you guys are on social media, you are seeing more trolls more than ever. More than ever. And that's not for no reason. You're not just coincidentally dealing with attacks and trolls at the same time. Thank you, spiritual love. Whoa. Salty. These people are salty. They're like, I can't even. Chosen people don't do that. They're not this. They're not that. You're about to drop the mic like never before. When I first started my channel, I was very confused. Okay? I was very confused because I was kind of like, I was working out one day and God told me to start my channel. And I was like, huh? I just lost everything. I'm not starting a channel. And God told me to start tarot. And I was like, what? And I didn't even really know what it was. So I prayed on it for a week. For a week. Asking for confirmation. And now, just because you're doing one thing in spirituality, or just because you're doing one thing in general that is helping you heal or positive, doesn't mean that that's going to always be your title. Your title could evolve. Your things could change. Like, social media, it's people just try to make them think like just their way is the right way. And I try to tell you guys, like, find out for yourself. We all have a different path. Okay, find out for yourself. We all have a different path. Pray for confirmation. Oh my gosh, you guys, trolls. You guys are dealing with spiritual trolls, religious trolls, spirituality haters, religious haters that are hating on you for your point of view. Now, we just talked about those on the pedestal, and I just started talking about like the ops that you guys are dealing with and the attacks that you guys are dealing with. They're watching your social media. Some of you guys could have family members that you guys have gone zero contact with, and they're paying practitioners or they're doing things themselves. The devil's coming to play. And to you, it's not a game. You don't appreciate it, nor do you want to deal with it. You feel me? So I'm going to open up the advice part right now. So this is not a question about the future. Does Bobby like me? Is Bobby going to marry me? Does Susie know my name? Does she have a crush on me? This is, I am currently going through this. What would your advice be? Okay? Because we haven't been able to do advice in the past couple of live streams. I'm not going to pull cards. I'm just going to read the questions aloud that I can give life advice to. While you guys are thinking about your questions, I'm going to see if I get any other messages. Oh, no. You guys are getting off this slippery slope. There's been a slippery slope, a chain of events and things going on that you guys have been dealing with, and you're kind of annoyed because you're learning so much about spiritual attacks, haters, the enemy, devil energy. You guys are learning a lot in a very short amount of time. I'm going to say that again. You guys are learning a lot in a very short amount of time. So it's time for you guys to kind of scale back, take time for you, because there's a lot of people sprung on you. They are sprung on your energy in a very toxic, parasitic way. And they, remember I've been telling you guys, you're dealing with neighbors that are attacking you. They've been going ham. They've been going hard in the paint, going for you. People are trying to get you to move. That's what all these trolls are doing. They're trying to get you to stop speaking. They're trying to get you to stop talking, to stop winning, to stop glowing, to stop growing, to stop elevating. They're trying to get you to stop looking amazing. They're trying to get you out of their neighborhood, out of their town, out of their city, out of their work environment. They're trying to get you out of the way. Affirm it below. Never. Okay, they're sprung. They are infatuated. People hate to see your growth. And you're like, they're so threatened. Leave me alone. You're being given the green light to drop your mics accordingly. Okay, drop your microphones accordingly. Go for what you are being guided to do. And know that your prayers work, your words work. You're changing the game. You're changing your subconscious. You are changing it all for the better. You are a work in progress and you're doing an amazing job. Okay? Thank you, Andrew. God will let the devil test us. So that's why I tell you guys, like, sometimes we're being tested. Do not fall for the bait and switch. Okay? What will happen is devil energy will come in and destroy everything around you, leave you crying in the mess. You'll be like, oh my gosh, my TV broke, my car stopped working, there's no money in the account, my kids are screaming. Like, devil energy, if the devil's like really, well, I don't know. If sometimes when the devil is testing us, like everything around you is going to shit. But notice, like, you're still standing. You know what I mean? They'll be able to affect everything around you. It's to distract you, to put out all these fires. Like when I tell you guys I'm late to a live stream, I'm putting out the fires. Okay? I'm putting out those fires. When I'm a couple minutes late, I'm like, oh, this one out, gotta fix that. Though this person's calling, gotta fix that, gotta fix all of these things. I'm currently doing the most of what you advised us about today. You are so on point. I'm struggling with loneliness at the moment. Oh, I forgot there's two Andrews. Andrew H and Andrew R. Did anybody have a question? Anybody need advice? Savage Queen says nasty neighbors. Yeah, I don't really use cards. Thank you, Lisa. I get all my messages from God. I channel them through like a lot of life experiences and what's going on, what I'm seeing play out in the collective. There's just a lot of different ways I channel those messages and then I write them down. I like have my own journal and then I have a journal for you guys that I write these downloads in. And then I pray on that. And then I see if I get any music with it. And then I pull like a pre-pull. I'm very like, my attention span is like squirrel. I like pictures. I've been reading since I was very small. So I love pictures and I love the illustrations. You guys can see that by the way I do some of my thumbnails and the way that I design things, the way that I edit. I'm just that type of person. But, you know, some people get really upset. I just met someone. All of what you say is about me. Is it a time that I can trust someone? Listen to your discernment. If you just met somebody and they're rushing things, be a little bit like, they won't rush anything. If this person you can trust, like, because trust is a priceless currency. Let's say that again. Trust is a priceless currency. So if you know that you've been going through it and all these messages are yours and you're just meeting somebody, how you will know that you can trust them or just like start opening up to them is they're not going to be pushy. They're not going to be like, they're not going to feel this pressure like, I got to answer the phone. Oh my gosh, they want to know this about me. You're not going to feel that. You're not going to feel pressure to sleep with them. You're not going to feel pressure to do anything. You're going to feel really comfortable. Okay? And not like it's a trick. When you are around certain people, and I tell you guys, check the vibe. If the vibe is, I feel anxious, I feel eggshells. I'm walking on eggshells. I feel like I should walk on my tippy toes. Something's up with this person. I don't know what it is. If something is not sitting well in your spirit or you feel like you cannot be yourself, the people that you can trust normally are people that make you feel comfortable. Like you can immediately be weird, quirky, like yourself, and you feel like you can tell them anything. Those are the people that you can trust. So check the vibe. Just think in your head, okay, when I'm hanging out with them, do I feel comfortable? Do I feel sexy? Do I feel attractive? How do I feel? Do I feel confident or do I feel like, now you could be a little bit shy, but like, what does your vibe tell you? Could you do that and like they wouldn't be like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? I love to color too. Should I move back to my hometown? You know, I have people that like want to move back to their hometown, and I'm like, for me, I wouldn't want to specifically because it's like a part of the past. And sometimes people want to move back to their hometown for certain reasons, either because they feel like they're glowing up and they're going to be hot shit, like now they got to respect me because I'm coming back. Or they feel like they had more respect in their hometown and they feel like I'm going back because nobody respects me out here. I need to go back where people know my name, where people remember my name. Do you know what I mean? So it depends on like what the reason is for wanting to go back there. Like me, I wouldn't want to go back to my hometown, which is Miami, because I don't party anymore. I'm sober. Years and years sober. So that's not like my scene. Though I love it there, there are different parts of Florida that I love. Miami specifically would not be where I would go because my lifestyle is so different now. Thank you, Nicole. Jen says, never ever move back to your hometown. I have freaking gnats. It's that time of year. I have friends that are like, oh, I'm thinking about moving back to my hometown. One friend is like, because people remember all the friends that I'm realizing that want to go back to I just had this realization. They want to go back to their hometown because people know them there. Okay? Because, um, but it doesn't have to be like that. Like Raquel is saying, mine would be for my roots. So for me, like I'm Hawaiian. I would maybe want to go to Hawaii to learn more, like Hawaii, to learn more about my culture and things like that. But it just depends. Everyone has like a different reason on like why they would want to go to back to their hometown. Oh my gosh, gnat, I hate like that gnat season. We are in the gnat season where you go to the store, there they are. You go outside, there they are. You go wherever, there they are. And it's like, ew, ew, ew. And then I always feel like when I'm seeing them, like the spiritual, you know what, warfare, the spiritual W. It ain't the win, it's the you know what. But I don't like saying the word. So I'm gonna say the spiritual W. When the spiritual W is thick, Okay? The fuckery is thick. I feel like you see a lot of bugs and BS. You guys, I saw my first raccoon last night on my security cameras. I was like, the thing was huge. It was huge. I was terrified. I literally had just brought groceries in, and then I hear the sensors going off, and I'm like, is that a cat? What is that? That is a raccoon. Oh no, 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 no. I want to go back in my old neighborhood and where the people are still, I went to school and the kids are still living there. Yeah. I I don't even like going through my parents' neighborhood, like, because I just have memories of them there. It just depends on like what you've gone through and what your reasons are for going back. I think if you want that like sense of family and you just feel like it's better for your mental health to go there, absolutely go back to your hometown. If you feel like it's better for your family, your household, for you, for your mental health, absolutely. But it just depends on the reason. They're around where I live all the time. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of areas where they're like out and popping. I see it on Instagram all the time, but I'm like, I ain't never seen one. And I saw one. I was like, I must have watched the live stream like 6 times. I was like rewinding it, like that is a raccoon. Rewinding it again, that is a raccoon. Rewinded it again. I was like, that is a raccoon. Oh my gosh. I am currently living in California, and it seems like no one knows or can comprehend. Girl, it's, I'm in California. No one can comprehend Southern hospitality or, I don't know, manners. And it's insane. That would also be another reason. I can't do California. I can visit California. I can't do California. It is not for me. I've had exes that have tried to move me to, let's move to LA because they lived out there. I've had exes that have lived out there part time. And I'm like, it's not for me because I don't know. I like visiting there. Like I've been to a lot of places in California. Like I've been to Orange County. I've been to Mission Viejo. I've been to the Bay Area. Where else have I been? San Francisco, San Diego, Sacramento, Santa Barbara. I've been different places, not in a long time. I don't go to California often. I just feel like, my personal opinion, I'll watch reality TV out there, but I don't want to be in the mix. Like maybe if I was like single, it would be like, oh, let me go out here and like, see. And then like that's where everyone would go to like back in the day to become famous. Like, oh, you got to go to LA or you got to go to New York or you got to go to Miami. But everyone goes there for different reasons. But where I live, a lot of people have moved here from California because it can be crazy out there. California is a different place right now than it's ever been. Than it has ever been. There is a lot of chaos going around, a lot of robbing. Like you go into a CVS in certain parts of California and everything is locked. Everything. And people are robbing cars at the amusement parks and just straight, I'm here, I took your shit, bye. Like, no, 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 no. I would lose my freaking mind. I have a hot temper and I do not like theft. No, no, I do not. And I always have a baseball bat on me. And no, 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 no. My attorney's always telling me, like, you gotta have a glove in the car too. You can't just have a bat. You need to chill. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Those are methods. Yeah, I don't think, like, I just think there are other people in California that are taking advantage of the legal system. They're like, well, I can do all of this and I'm not going to go to jail, so let me get high. Let me do this. Let me go take all I want. Nothing's really going to happen to me. They're going to let me go. Let the state pay me for chilling. And I don't know. I just know from like Stargirl living out there, she's like, I feel so bad for like the energy here. It's so like, you know, and I'm like, oh, but she moved out there because God told her to move out there. And now she's been out there a year. So it's like perfect example. Like, we don't know why God be telling us to do stuff sometimes. She's like, I don't know if I'm going to meet my soulmate here. She's like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know why it's happening, why I'm out here. But God told me to move to LA. And for me, it was the same thing with my channel. I didn't know why. Like, but God told me to start my channel. So I did that. Enemies always be hating. Yeah, it is sad about those that are homeless out there. It's really sad. They're ready to buy a cabin in the woods. Sacramento, I haven't been there in a long time. I had parents that worked for the airlines. So like when I was smaller, I used to fly a lot. But I don't really travel that much anymore. Oh, I can't imagine the rent out there. The rent has to be astrologically freaking, is that a word? Insanely crazy. I had to watch a beautiful couple, older, had to sleep outside because they had no money for a room. Yeah. It sucks. Being homeless sucks. You know, a lot of us have been there. Been there, done that, gotten the t-shirt. Waited in on wait list for shelters, and it's not fun not knowing where you're going to sleep, if you're going to have a place to sleep. In Australia, all the way down the coast, there are homeless people parked up, and then they get told to move on. Astronomical. Thank you, Dave. It's just so sad. I don't like it. I don't like it. Let me get you guys some oracle cards for advice. Or, well, for like, we need some like, sprinkles. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I've had to sleep in my car after I got kicked out of school. I got kicked out of college for fighting and partying. And I was living in BYU approved student housing. And once you get kicked out of BYU approved student housing, you can't live anywhere in that town and the next town over. So I literally had to sleep in my car for 2-3 weeks before I had to start like hopping from couch to couch. I had to sleep in my car for 3 weeks in across the street from my college in the Walmart parking lot. And I had to work doubles just to stay safe. And I had to get a gym membership so I'd have a place to shower and like brush my teeth. And I remember my mom and my stepdad thought I was freaking crazy. They're like, you need to come home and just say you didn't make it. You suck. You suck at life. Just move home. Never. Affirm it below. Never. Okay? I would taking the scenic route all the time. Not proud of it, but I wasn't going to admit defeat. Not at that time. Because I had left early. I had left young to try to start my life in another state. And so I really didn't want to admit defeat, even if that meant I was homeless. I did not want to admit defeat. Not by any means necessary. Yeah. I got in trouble at BYU a lot. I've been arrested there 3 times. And it just, I don't know. Obviously, I wasn't playing like basketball or football or baseball for them, so they weren't like, you can keep her, let's let her off with a warning. They didn't let me off with a warning. I was jumped in BYU student housing, and these girls thought I was dating their return missionary. And so they tried to jump me when I was coming home from work, and we fought. We fought from the 3rd floor down to the 2nd floor. And instead of them being like, oh, you know, you're 3 months ahead on your rent, you're doing good, like, you know, that those people shouldn't have been on the property, they're not residents. They were like, well, didn't you throw a party 2 days ago? And I'm like, I didn't throw a party. People that were supposed to move out from the summer that weren't taking first semester were throwing a party. Yeah, but we feel like you knew them, so we're going to have to let you go. I'm like, riddle me what? So they're like, we're going to blame you for all of this. I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I can't. And so my parents were like, you need to come home. You just didn't make it. Admit it. Admit it. Admit it. No. 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 How's that for happily ever after? We have the Phoenix. This is you guys. People were like, you can't write your book that way. You can't do it that way. Oh, I wouldn't do that if I were you. And that's how it always was. People were like, just admit defeat. Admit it. I'm like, no. Back up. Let me learn my way. Okay? I'm hearing Limp Bizkit. It's my way or the highway. You're going to stand up and shout. I'm going to do things my way. It's my way or the highway. People don't like that. You are the phoenix. You are rising from the ashes, getting up out of the dirt. Thank you, goddess. Yeah, I was really young. I was really, 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 really young. Look, you guys can be your own knight. I'm gonna post "My Way or the Highway" by Limp Bizkit, and I'm also gonna post the hero song. A hero can save you. I'm not gonna stand here and wait. You guys are the hero in this narrative. I had to realize very quickly that when I was getting into trouble in my 20s, like, nobody was coming to save me. I really thought people were, though, but I was like, dang, I wish I would have known this earlier. Nobody's coming to save you. I should not stand here and wait. I just got to figure some of it out. You know, sometimes you just want some validation, some people to take care of you, and I didn't have a lot of stability in my 20s. Unfortunately. You guys could have been dealing with relationships where people were really controlling. And this hurricane has come to an end. Whoever you guys have put on this pedestal, what we were talking about before, where they realize your growth, but they're threatened by that growth. Or that you guys are dealing with certain people you put up here where they hate to see it. In your mind, you are officially cutting them off. You are officially dropping them because their mask has slipped. You can't unsee what you've seen. You're like, they don't know what's going on with me. They don't ask questions. They notice that I'm glowing up, but they're just, you know, they want to humble you. They always want to humble you. So you guys are going to show them, I'm going to do things for me. Your confidence has come with time. Your confidence is evolving. Your confidence is growing. Affirm it below. I got 3 thrones. I got 3 crowns. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You guys are officially done gassing them up. These people, you've been giving them all of your cosmic power. You're like, no, they protect me. They're this, they're that. They're amazing. But they reprimand you for dumb shit. They get mad at you. They won't commit because of dumb shit. And this is what you're realizing. You're like, how many years or how many months am I going to put up with this? I don't deserve that. You're going to drop mics like never before, because there's a lot of people that would rather be miserable and settling with this person than not have them at all. And you guys are going to show people, I'm putting my foot down. I'm standing 10 toes down on my happily ever after. You guys drop your swords down below. Okay, drop your swords down below, because you are carrying the sword of truth, the sword of what you believe, the sword of the galactic truth. And you guys are going to keep that sword. How you communicate at rest position, knowing that I can be my own knight, I can be my own hero. And you guys are done delaying your responses, and you're done delaying your self-worth for this person. I'm going to say that again. You guys are done delaying your responses, and you are done delaying your self-worth for this person, because you're realizing they don't see you like this. This is how you see them. They're so successful. They got 3 thrones, and they don't even give you the recognition that you deserve. They're always putting other people in power. They're always promoting other people. They're not answering your calls, answering your text messages. And you're like, I give them the utmost urgency. Where is mine? So again, I'm going to say this one more time. You do not need somebody else to fix you. And whatever people you've put on the chopping block, if you are supposed to move forward, you're going to see confirmations of moving forward. And if you're supposed to move backwards, you're going to see confirmations of moving backwards. Hold on. What in the world? All right. I'm going to hop out of here. But you guys are realizing whoever you're supposed to be with, you are going to see things moving forward in a very positive way, where you're going to get all types of confirmation that they are the person for you. And that's how you know, like, they're still going to be a part of this new season, this new happily ever after, because good things are going to start happening to them, and in turn happening to you. Okay, so maybe you guys were going through some issues with somebody, and you're like, okay, maybe they're not who they said they were. So let me put them on this chopping block. And then you put them along with the other people you had on the pedestal, and the people that are radio silent, that are crickets, they're the ones that are actually going to go. So as you guys are seeing the mask drop, these people that joked a lot and said that they cared, you guys are going off the radar. You guys are going off the grid. You guys are realizing that they were never going to recognize you. They were never going to promote you or commit or propose. And they're just going to find out the hard way that this energy that you give out cannot be reciprocated, and they will miss it. Okay, I'm going to say that again. The energy that you give out cannot be not reciprocated, not be replicated. Okay, it cannot be emulated. It cannot be replicated. They are starting to see that. All right, bestie, where are we at on time? Oh, Maron. Okay. Mask off. Absolutely. Okay, where is my affirmations? Dang it, I didn't bring it over here. Okay, so some affirmations we can do is, how is that for my happily ever after? How is that for my happily ever after? Put your subconscious on that hamster wheel of figuring that out for you. Okay? I love you guys so, so much. If you guys are looking for exclusive content ad-free, Patreon link is down below. I just posted who is spying on you. I'm going to be dropping the May voting polls today. And when I do drop them, I will give you guys a notification on YouTube of when those voting polls for what pick a cards you guys can vote on this month. All right. And I think that's it. All right, you guys, don't forget to smash the you know what, hit the bell, duh. Tell me what's going on with you guys and how this message applies. Tell me, is it one person, two people, however many that are going to stay on the chopping block? And let me know who they are. I love reading your guys' confirmations. It's like the best. I tell you guys all the time, it's the best part of my job. And I just love you guys. If you guys are on members only, you guys have a video coming out this week. So be checking the community tab for your guys' next vibe check. All right. Thank you guys for helping me moderate. Thank you guys for all of your participation. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Toodles.